What is up, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Jesse's Drone Adventures. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the material that I studied that helped me pass my Part 107 exam. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, why do you need your drone license in the first place? Well, you know what? That's a good question, and I'm going to explain why. Basically, a lot of people on YouTube and drone pilots, and including the FAA, will say that if you're going to be using your drone for the furtherance of a business, you must be licensed. No way around that. And that includes things such as, using drone clips in a wedding video, shooting photos for real estate, construction sites, or if you're just including drone clips in your YouTube channel, such as moi, then you must be licensed. Granted, I only passed with an 87 out of 100, but you know what? I would rather pass with an 87 out of 100 rather than having the FAA crawl up my ass. Not breaking the law. Don't do that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content. I just want to say real quick, these YouTube channels that I'm going to be referencing here, they did not pay me, they did not ask me, I'm not affiliated, I'm not trying to promote them. This is simply just the material that I studied to help me pass. Now, when you're researching stuff like this on YouTube, like how to pass your Part 107 exam, you're going to come across a lot of videos that'll say, you know what, we offer this course that'll help you pass, it's X amount of dollars, you can take it, and we guarantee you'll pass, or your money back. I haven't really looked into those a whole lot, but I've heard a lot of people say they were super super helpful. But you know what? In a day and age of where there's a lot of free information on YouTube, I just really wanted to find as much free information as I could to help me pass. And that's exactly what I did. So the first video that I found on YouTube was probably the first one that popped up on the search engine when I typed in how to pass my Part 107 exam. And this video was called Free Drone Certification Study Guide, FAA Part 107 sUAS Test by Tony and Chelsea Northrup. The reason why I liked it so much was because it was kind of like a flashcard style study exam, and he even says that in the video too. In my opinion, this video kind of goes over the bulk of the basic information that you can pretty much guarantee is going to be on the test, such as, weight of drones, how high you can fly, how far you can fly away from clouds, different types of airspace, METARs, weather patterns, different types of behaviors when you're flying. It pretty much goes over a few different aspects of different icons on the sectional charts as well too. So I found this one super helpful, and I just want to say real quick, if you're like me and you're looking for information on how to pass this, when you get to the sectional charts and the METARs, you're probably going to look at them and go, oh my god, this is super overwhelming. Why do I have to know this? But trust me when I say, if you just give it a couple minutes, as you start going through that material, you're going to see it's not so overwhelming and it's not so intimidating, and you're going to become really familiar with it really quick. So just trust me on that. I do want to say that I probably watched this video about 3 times. The first time I watched it, I was definitely a little overwhelmed, but I made it through and definitely learned a lot just from that video. The second time I watched it, I definitely felt a little bit more comfortable with the information that I was learning and the whys behind it. And the third time, I was pretty much able to predict what he was going to say, and I was able to, follow along in the video and pretty much understand everything he was saying. So this was a super helpful video, and I would definitely recommend this to watch. Even if you're just kind of getting your feet wet and want to learn a little general information about the drone world and your license, I would definitely recommend this one. Really great video. Now, the second piece of material that I studied is called FAA Part 107 Remote Pilot Exam by the Drone Coach. Now, this is essentially like an 11 to 12 part video series that kind of breaks down the details of the things that I learned in that first video. It basically will go over in great detail, sectional charts, METARs, weather, the icons, and a lot of different numbers that you'll see on the sectional charts, and I'm sure I'm probably forgetting a lot more. Kind of goes through and breaks down like the different behavior patterns if you're flying a drone, don't be stupid and things like that. Just a lot of great detail in there. And like I say, it's about an 11 to 12 part video series, and this one I think I watched probably about 3 times as well. First time, a little overwhelming, definitely didn't absorb a lot of it, but I learned a lot and it was super insightful. The second time, felt a lot more comfortable with the information that I was learning, and I could even kind of, teach myself, this is why, this is that and this, so to speak. The third time, I definitely felt super comfortable, and I felt like I was ready to take the exam. The cool part about this video is too, at the end of each video, there is a little bit of a quiz on the information that he just went through, so that was pretty cool. I could kind of test the waters out of the information that I had just learned, and that was, just a little bit more helpful in terms of preparation for the big exam. On that note too, you can find a lot of practice quizzes online. You could probably just type in practice quiz for the Part 107 exam, and you'll get a whole bunch. I'll link some in the description down below too, but after I took a few of those too and got a feel for how the test was laid out, there is 3 answers on each question, and they are going to try to trick you. I think that was probably the most intimidating part when I was actually taking the exam. I was like, well, this one is true, that one's true, and that one's true. And I was kind of like, ugh, brain overload. But I would say just pick the one that is probably the strongest amongst all 3. So just take your time. You do have about 2 hours to take the entire test. I think I was in and out within about, I don't know, an hour and 5 minutes, but don't rush yourself. I think I probably could have gotten a few more right if I had just taken my time. Also in the description down below too, I'm going to post some more details on where you can take your test at. It does need to be at an FAA testing center, and there's quite a few of them around like major city areas, so it shouldn't be too hard to find one. And also, it is $150 to take the exam. I repeat, it is $150 to take the exam. However, when I went to take mine was actually $160, which kind of surprised me, but you know what? I had to pay it because I wanted to take the exam, which leads me to my next point. Just make sure you're studying as much as you can. For what you pay, you just really want to make sure you get it right on the first time. I know that was kind of a big worry of me, but I passed. And also a little good information when you go there too, you cannot bring anything with you, whether it's your cell phone, your wallet, your own pen, any sort of material that you have with you, you cannot bring in. They, at least the place I went to, they provided a pencil, a calculator, a ruler, an eraser, and that's pretty much about it. I pretty much had to leave everything in my car or leave it with them there at the desk. They actually had a little basket that I could put my wallet and a pencil that I brought with me as well in the basket, and they put it behind the desk and kept it pretty safe, so I wasn't too worried about that. But when you're going, just know, keep everything in your car so that way you don't have to worry about, leaving anything like there. Not that I was worried about, anything happening to my belongings, but it's just a good practice. And like I say, after about a little over an hour in there, I was very, very relieved to know that I did pass with an 87 out of 100. You do need a 70% or higher to pass as well, so just keep that in mind. And once I passed, they gave me like a little piece of paper that had my exam ID and a whole bunch of information on there that pretty much said I passed. I went onto this one website, which I cannot think of at the moment, so I'm probably going to put it up right here, where you go onto this website and you key in information about that exam, and then you can pretty much print out a temporary certificate that basically says, I passed my test. That way you can start flying your drone commercially without having any worries. And I think my hard card actually came in the mail about a month or so later after I took the exam. So it does take a little bit to come through, but when you pass, just trust me, it's on its way once you fill out all that information. So don't think they forgot about you. You will get it. It just takes a little bit of time. I've even seen some videos on YouTube where people say it's taken a month and a half or 2 months to get your hard card. So just be a little patient. And that's pretty much about it. Like I said, I really just wanted to show you guys the material that I studied to help me pass the Part 107 exam. I thought it was super, super helpful. I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket to take these classes or watch those videos. And like I said, you can find videos and other different classes online where you can pay to take those classes or watch those videos or whatever they have. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not knocking it. But like I say, in this day and age that we live in, there's a lot of free information out there. So if I could save a few bucks here and use them somewhere else for like my drones or other stuff like that, that's what I'm kind of all about. But other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you pass your exam and you can get out there and start flying as soon as possible. And if you really thought this video was super, super helpful, please drop a like. I would really, really appreciate that. If you're into drones and you like seeing drone clips and want to learn a little bit more about them, my YouTube channel is Jesse's Drone Adventures. I pretty much bring my drone with me everywhere I go, and I get different clips, and I'm always experimenting with how to get the most out of my drone. And get the best clips all together. So if that's something that you want to kind of, see or check out, don't hesitate to subscribe because I do a lot of drone stuff on my channel. But other than that, I just want to say thank you all for taking time out of your day to check out this video. I hope it was super helpful, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.